Hey folks, welcome back to the channel. There's a phrase that comes up sometimes in these discussions. Just following orders. It's meant to explain why an officer did something that didn't have a legal foundation or a reasonable justification behind it. Someone told them to, so they did. But auditors and cop watchers know that just following orders has a very poor track record as a defense for bad behavior. Individual judgment still matters. The person on the ground still has a choice about how they treat the human being standing in front of them. Orders don't require disrespect. Procedure doesn't demand hostility. When those things show up anyway, they're a choice. And choices have consequences, even when they come wrapped in a uniform and a set of instructions. Today's video is about one of those choices. Let's get into it.
Hey sir, you weren't kind of here when I was explaining to you, but they kind of, yeah, somewhat.
And we've got it on video.
Oh, perfect.
So
Okay.
we'll be looking at it.
Yeah, just as long as everybody's doing it civilly, that's all we see. Okay.
Only
Jesus
problem
said,
is
the
there's
world
no
hates me because I
civilization in
testify its
there where
works
they're
are evil.
murdering babies.
That's what we're here doing. We're trying that their works are evil, and they get angry at us. Like that gentleman that came down, I can't even call him a gentleman, but screaming and yelling. I offered him a trap. That's all I did. And he started yelling and screaming at me, and then he's cursing all the way down here. So whatever you guys saw
And we've seen him
was
numerous
not me.
times. So
I offered him a trap.
partially.
Yeah,
like that.
which is within what you're doing.
Yeah.
I'm totally
Okay,
fine with that.
cool.
He
That's
blew
good.
up.
Yeah,
That's
which
good to know.
we see all the time. And just, we just want to see it all peaceful, which you guys were doing when I showed up.
It's not peaceful. They're murdering babies in there. That's not peaceful at all.
So, unfortunately, there's nothing that I can do to control
Actually,
that.
oh, there is. Police department, they can shut this place down.
And they can appeal to their superiors. And there is called a doctrine of the lesser magistrate. You are the lesser magistrate. You can stand up. Yes, you may lose your job, but you can stand up. And, yeah, see, so you would rather have...
I'm going to complain about that guy. Called us a faggot. That wasn't very nice.
All right, guys. Get out of here.
But question, Officer Freeman. Quick question. So if we preach with our regular voice, that's First Amendment, right? Is that no problem? Like, no matter how loud we get,
It's more subjective than that.
How so?
The law allows for that.
Mhm.
You're saying it's subjective, right? If this person is trying to run a business and you're out here screaming to the point where it's interfering with their business or people walking on the sidewalk, that's affecting other people, right? That's when
Free speech affects people in general, right?
Yes,
So-
but that's when we're having issues.
Okay.
Okay, so that's all.
Okay.
So just keep it at a good volume. Be
Well, my
peaceful,
opinion, a good
that's it.
volume is blast it.
He's really loud. Now,
That's my opinion.
and you're
so-
still going to get complaints. Is
Yeah,
basically
that's what I'm trying to like.
But
That's what I'm trying to clear up is you're going to get complaints whenever you have someone exercising their First Amendment rights, especially when people don't like it, their free speech. You're going to have people complain. So are you going to say they have a right to do it? They're preaching or they're speaking, whatever. They're giving their opinion. They have a right to do it per the First Amendment.
right,
Are you
a
going to
reasonable volume per our
Well, the reason
municipal codes.
but like what's the reasonable volume? Like what's the standard for that?
If it's unreasonable, okay, based on
But who defines that?
Based on the circumstances,
Who
if it's unreasonable, that's why I'm saying if you have someone walking down the sidewalk
Mhm.
or the other side of the sidewalk, or you have these businesses that are trying to operate with customers, and you are at a volume that is impeding any of that or causing any type of public disturbance, then we start having issues, okay?
Well, no, because
What's the level?
Yeah,
but you need a
standard.
There's got to be a standard by which we can judge
It's
by.
subjective,
Well, then that's
and our
not-
city attorney is aware of that, but that's why we come down here and make sure that
Okay, well, you might
We
want to
do
have
our-
the city attorney look up Saya versus New York and Coons versus New York. Okay. 1950 and 1948.
I'm just saying, guys, I want to make sure that you guys are doing this, but I want to make sure that you're not getting in trouble for doing it.
and the police are not protecting these children, and nobody cares. We think it's very necessary. Though someone else says it's necessary.
I respect your right to preach what you're preaching, but I also respect their right to run a business in Medford.
To murder
They have
babies.
to,
No, they don't.
okay?
They don't have to murder
I'm
babies.
not saying that. That's not what I'm saying.
Mhm.
Okay, and now let's take Planned Parenthood off the table. You have several other businesses and people using this sidewalk,
Can
okay?
I say something?
That's it.
Come here very early in the morning. These guys don't open till 10:30 or 11 o'clock. I don't know why he's here right now, but they usually aren't even. This is
But
the only
not just,
place-
we're not
nobody-
only receiving complaints from Planned
I'm
Parenthood.
saying
okay?
nobody's
That's just the
open
point.
here They're not open. This is the only place
Where-
that's open, and they're upstairs. So who knows?
Well,
how
there
good
must have
they-
been some occasions where you guys were here when
Not
these
always,
were open.
but for the most
Because
part,
not
we
all
do
of our
come
complaints that we have
early.
documented are just specifically from
Yeah.
people or staff at Planned Parenthood.
Sure.
There's people from Astral, there's people from down here, people just walking by or parking in this area have been what they claim is yelled at, people throwing things inside their cars, like your materials and stuff like that. That's stuff that I don't want to see, okay? And that's all this is this contact to just clean the slate, make sure everything stays civil, and that's that, okay?
It's not civil as long as they murder babies in there. It's not civil.
You keep coming back to that.
And that's why we're here. You take this
have
away,
to
we're
be-
gone.
Hey,
We
I have
leave.
to be this
Yeah,
neutral
we
person,
wouldn't even
okay?
be here if this was.
You shut
I
the.
get you, but I have to be this neutral person in this situation, okay, guys? That's the position that I swore to do and put myself into, okay? So I'm trying to just make sure you guys both stay on your sides of the fence, and if you guys want to talk about it, that's totally fine, but just do it civilly, okay?
Well, can you tell them to be civil and stop murdering little babies in the womb?
I can't do it. I am a neutral person in this, okay?
No, there's no
You got your
neutrality.
side, okay?
There's no neutrality.
Okay.
Just for your own information, let's say they're 2 months in the womb. Just imagine they're 2 years old, out of the womb, and they're murdering up there.
I get
Would
you
you
guys.
go up and rescue them then?
I respect what you guys are doing, okay?
Just for your own information, take that away for
Okay. All right, guys.
For your
We're gonna go now. Just
And
keep
Nazi
civil.
Germany, they said I'm just doing my job too.
Keep it at an acceptable level, okay?
Well, acceptable is raising your voice so that babies are rescued. So people need to hear. They need to.
You gotta keep it acceptable level, okay?
I think acceptable is to blast it
Hey,
so
what
that people
you
can
define
hear.
as acceptable and what we do is different, okay?
Well, what do these children think is acceptable? These children being murdered in here.
You keep coming back to that.
That's why we're here, officer.
That's not why I'm here.
That's why we're here,
That's not
Officer
why I'm
Freeman.
here.
That's why we're here.
So just keep it at a level voice, all right, man?
I think it's very acceptable. These babies need to
That's
hear our.
Is it really freedom if you have to tone it down just so no one gets offended? That's the big question. A peaceful group gathered outside a clinic in Medford, just speaking their minds, offering information, standing up for something they deeply believe in. No violence, no threats, just voices. But as always, complaints rolled in. Not because of harm, but because some people didn't like what they were hearing. That's the tension we're seeing more and more. If someone feels uncomfortable, does that automatically make the speech wrong? An officer showed up, calm and respectful, but the message was clear. Keep it quiet. Don't be too loud. Don't upset anyone. But when there's no standard, no volume level, no clear rules, what does too loud even mean? It starts to feel like the message itself is the problem, not the way it's being delivered. One of the protesters said it best. If you were trying to save a life, would you whisper? Of course not. And that's how they see it. They believe they're speaking for the voiceless, and that message needs to be heard, even if it makes some people uncomfortable. Because here's the truth. Free speech isn't about comfort. It's about conviction. If we start silencing voices just to keep the peace, we're not protecting freedom. We're slowly burying it. So next time you hear someone speaking out, even if you don't agree, ask yourself, are they really the problem? Or is the silence we're choosing the bigger threat?
Looks like this is where they perform maintenance on the different vehicles. We got ladder 23, ladder 40. I'm sorry, engine 23, engine 40, engine 122. I don't see anything about no entrance here. Doesn't say anything about no entry.
That's what you're doing?
Yeah, let's take pictures.
Alright, we need the premises. We have covered vehicles back there. We cannot let you take photos and pictures and all that stuff.
And why would that be?
Why?
Yeah.
Because it's a covered vehicle. Why would you?
So you're saying you're not allowed to take pictures of a police vehicle?
No, actually, you're not supposed to be on the premises at all. It actually says county employees right on the front gate. So
No, the front gate's wide open. It doesn't say anything. All it says is heroes.
because vehicles need to.
All it says is heroes.
into the-
It says heroes work here. Is all it says.
I guess you're gonna make this difficult. Do I need to call the police and have you escorted off, or?
I mean, you can call the police if you like, get yourself educated, but there's no signs that say no trespassing or anything, and it's during business hours. So
Hey, sir. How you doing today? I'm Officer from the Anne Arundel County Police Department. You've been audibly and visually recorded, just like you're audibly and visually recording me.
what's your name, sir?
Officer Finley.
Finley. And badge number?
Right here, 2554.
2554. How you doing, sir?
Doing good. What are we doing today?
Nothing. Just taking pictures. Things I can see from
Okay.
publicly accessible areas.
Okay. Well, this isn't really considered a publicly accessible area because it's kind of their workspace where they secure vehicles and
No,
stuff like that. The gate is open so that
Yeah.
people can come to the
Yeah.
door for normal business things
Yeah.
and stuff like that.
Yeah.
However,
I'm doing normal business right now. This is my normal, legal, and lawful business, sir. And I'm just on public property. Like I said, I walk through the front gate. There's no things that say no trespassing, authorized personnel
I get that.
only,
I get
anything
that.
like that. So,
But when you come up and start putting cameras in the window and stuff and filming people in their offices and things,
Well-
you can see where that would make them uncomfortable, right?
no, I can't because I don't get upset if someone puts a camera on me when I'm in public, sir.
Okay, so
I
if
can't
somebody,
speak for the
so
feelings.
where do you work at?
I can't speak for the feelings of anyone else, and I don't want to answer any personal questions, sir.
Okay, so if you worked in an office or something like that, you had your desk, your
Sir, I don't
Things
really
you're
want to
working on
answer
for
any.
the
I don't want to
county.
answer any hypothetical or personal questions, sir.
okay.
Yep. But like I said, that gate is wide open. There's nothing that says authorized personnel only. Nothing here says private property. Nothing says authorized personnel.
No, it's
Like-
local. It's county government property.
Absolutely.
It's
paid
inside.
for by the taxpayers.
It's inside their fence line.
That's wide open and says nothing about authorized personnel only. Like I could see if they had signs up that said no trespassing or authorized personnel only or police and government county worker or employees only, but it says nothing of the sort. And the gate's
Okay.
wide open, sir. So
The signage. None of the signage says anything.
the signage right here at this front gate says nothing about no trespassing, nothing. It says heroes work here, and it says what it is. Yeah, I was actually trying to explain to Mr. Don when he was standing in front of the door over there that obstructing a doorway and obstructing the free flow of a public citizen is actually a misdemeanor in itself. So while they were calling the police out here, he might want to not be committing any crimes himself, but you see anything that says, it just says heroes work here, sir?
It's unreasonable to think that you can wander the whole parking lot
Well, does
where
the
they're
park...
working and all of that.
Oh, I didn't go into their working areas because that says authorized personnel only. It says employees only if you want to walk into the garage area, but the parking lot
Right.
says nothing about
Okay.
having to have some sort of special access or some like path. What is this, like Xbox? Are you guys charging for season passes to come out onto public property now? Or?
No, but this is
This
is kind of their workspace. This is where
Yeah,
we secure
this is
county vehicles.
this is their workspace that they are lucky enough that we provide them with, sir. It's not theirs. Like they didn't buy it and put it out here. The county taxpayers bought this facility.
Well, when I say their workspace, this is where they work.
Yeah.
And not as
And-
in they
and-
have ownership.
and I am-
It is
and I am
where the
lucky
county
enough-
employs them to work.
And I am gracious enough to allow them to work here, sir.
You're gracious enough.
Absolutely.
That's
But yeah, since there was no,
you really control.
I mean, I don't control whether they get hired,
Okay.
but I control taxes that go towards paying this building, and I know that my tax-paying dollars paid for more of this building than some random company did, or some random guy named Don did. I know that for sure. I can forward you all the evidence. You guys have like the Axion also evidence submittal service with Christina Ryder over there at Central Records.
I believe so.
Yep. I'm very well versed in how to deliver evidence and also how to receive it. Whether I need to file a PIA request or I need to subpoena it when you guys deny it or redact it.
Well,
On that basis,
you want to talk, but you don't want to let me talk. Okay.
Sir, he's committed a crime and you're trying to rationalize it. You're trying to make excuses for why he committed the crime. Sir, if I committed a
He's
crime, would you
asking-
come out and make excuses for me?
Is it a crime or is it customer service?
Well, you're out here.
He meets you at a doorway.
Sir, no, he
What are
blocked
you
the
doing
doorway.
here?
He blocked the
What
doorway.
is-
They followed me around the parking lot and then they blocked the doorway. Are you guys following me, sir?
Now.
I don't think so.
Locked? Seemed wide open to me. Huh, seemed wide open to me. Sir, this is what I'm trying to get to you, is that I've committed no crimes and you're harassing me and arguing for him, yet they've committed multiple crimes and you're not saying a word to them. So what are you doing, Mr. Law Enforcement Officer, if you're not out here enforcing laws?
Hold on. We're
No,
having
no,
a
not.
consensual
The
conversation.
consensual conversation is done.
Okay.
Are you going to educate them on the laws that
What
they
I do
broke?
with them is really not your concern.
Okay, well, Well, then what I do on this public area during business hours on a business day is none of yours or their concern either. So when it does,
actually is of their concern. This
when
is
what
their
they
workplace.
when what they do becomes your concern is when they commit crimes and they break laws, Mr. Law Enforcement Officer, like I just instructed you that they did. So yes, it is part of your worry. It is part of your problem. You should care about that, sir.
Well, I do care about people committing crimes.
Thank
don't
you.
think I don't care about people committing
Thank
crimes.
you. Okay. Well then, all right. This consensual conversation's over. Sorry, sir. I think they locked it.
Yep.
I think that's a crime in itself, isn't it, sir?
No. Their normal business hours end.
In 3 minutes.
No, their normal business hours end at 3:30
Oh,
in the offices and stuff like that. They have a night crew of mechanics that work here working on things.
because it was just.
So they
open.
no longer do public business after 3:30.
I got you. Okay. All right.
So
Thank you, officer. Thank you for the
and I
education,
think they're
sir.
probably getting ready to close the gates.
Maybe. So once the employees are headed out, I will also head out of this public area, sir.
Well, all the employees don't head out because they have a night shift that works here.
Okay. Well, once they go to shut down the front gate and it comes time to shut this area down, then I will leave, sir. But right now the front gate's open and this is public property that's obviously wide open to the public.
Sir, please do not start going in and around the vehicle.
I'm sorry?
Please do not start going in and around vehicles.
Is there a law that says I can't be within X amount of feet of a police vehicle, sir?
No, but there
Okay.
are rogue and vagabond statutes. If you start looking in vehicles and doing things like that, you start getting in the areas of rogue and vagabond.
Anything that I can see from public with the public eye on public property. If this was private property and I went onto it and started looking into people's cars, it's the same way you can come onto public property and look into people's cars, sir.
You're slightly, when you start looking into people's cars.
Sir,
and
have I
looking
done
around
that yet?
people's cars.
Have I done that yet, sir?
No, I'm informing you ahead of time.
Okay, well then also let them know don't run with scissors,
Okay.
don't cross the street without looking
Okay,
both ways,
go ahead,
and don't
start closing
swim
the gates.
don't swim within 30 minutes after eating. Yeah, that means beyond that area. That means beyond that doorway.
Yeah, inside the facility.
Yep.
So what you were doing, standing at the window,
Yeah.
taking into their
No, if I
office.
went into the facility, sir. This is out here is public property, and you can't trespass the eyes. I can record anything I can see from public property. Your law enforcement officers are in blatant dereliction of duty out here, sir. They came out here and witnessed a member of the public obstruct the free flow of a private citizen and obstruct his free flow of private work.
Who obstructed you?
What? Seemed wide open to me. Huh, seemed wide open to me. Mr. Don, the guy that works for this building over here, stood right in front of the doorway and obstructed it right in front of your
In
officers.
front of the door? What doorway?
The public doorway that your officers also said that was open, and then I was allowed to walk in and ask questions.
Which doorway are you talking about?
The doorway of this front
Over
building?
there?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you can't, and see how the gate is here?
Uh-huh.
So this is a controlled access government
No,
building.
no. The gate right there was wide open, and it says
Yeah,
nothing
well,
about
That's fine.
trespassing.
Usually the gates are open because people come and go.
Yeah.
But there's sensitive equipment in here where this is not open to the public.
It is, sir. That gate was wide open.
Well, I'm telling you, it's not. Just
It
because the
is.
gate was open doesn't mean it's open to the public.
And you guys got to put no trespassing signs in front of that
Okay.
gate, sir.
Well,
but
I'm
as of
telling
right
you
now,
now
there is
that
nothing marked. And if you...
You can record and interact out here all day,
Oh, I know.
but you just can't go on the other side of the
Oh,
gate.
absolutely I can. During business hours, sir. Yeah, I can. If you guys don't have it posted, I would love to challenge that in litigation.
Well,
I would love for you to arrest me for that and challenge that in
What would you
litigation,
like to do
sir.
now?
I'd like you to educate your officers.
Okay, I'll educate them. What are you going to do now?
My own thing.
Okay. But you can't go inside the gate.
Obviously, they're closed now.
Okay, well, yeah.
They locked the gate. It's closed now. But then tomorrow when it opens back up,
So
it's...
do you have a legitimate business inside that gate?
Absolutely, sir.
What's that?
It's my own business. It's my own legal and
Are
lawful
you getting
business.
a car repaired by the government or anything like that? Do you have a government vehicle that you're being repaired in there?
I'd rather not answer any personal
Okay,
questions,
well,
sir.
if you're not doing that, then you're not conducting lawful business, then you're going to be arrested for trespassing.
I am conducting lawful business,
No,
sir.
you're not. You have to be in there and either getting equipment fixed or your vehicle fixed by the government. That's not a controlled. You know what I'm saying? This
Yeah,
isn't
no,
for
it's
open
wide
for the
open.
public to
It
just
is.
walk in there.
It's wide open.
Okay, well, we're going to correct that.
We'll
But
correct
you can't
that.
be on the other side of the gate.
Okay, well, until
Okay.
you guys correct that,
Okay.
there's no signage,
Okay.
and I would love to litigate that in court with you,
That,
sir.
you can litigate. I'm just letting you
Okay.
know now.
I
There
got
won't
you.
be a court date if nothing happens.
I got you.
Okay.
Well, there will be if you guys violate
you
my
requested a
rights.
supervisor.
Yeah,
okay,
to educate
so
your officers.
I'm here to let you know. I'm educating you too. I'll
Okay.
educate them next.
I didn't need the education.
Okay. Well,
You know,
Well, I have to let you know if you're going outside that gate, you're going to be trespassed.
I know not to go on private property, sir.
Okay.
The same as I know not to run with scissors. The same as I know to look both ways for crossing
I
the
understand
street.
the private property thing, but however, if you're going to go on government property, okay, that's not open to the public. You have to be conducting lawful business on
I am
that
talking
property.
lawful business.
Well, you're not. You're not bringing a vehicle in there to get repaired by the government. Yeah.
This has already been ruled on as legal and lawful business,
Okay.
sir.
Well, that's not.
This is.
Okay. Well, this isn't.
This is.
Okay. Well, you can walk around with the camera all
You
day.
can say it's government property, but just
That's
because
fine.
it's government doesn't
Mhm.
mean it's private, sir.
You have to be conducting lawful business.
I
in
am
there,
conducting
sir.
lawful business,
Okay.
sir.
Do you have
And the
any other
Supreme
questions
Court
for
has
me?
upheld that, sir.
Do you have any other questions for me?
Yeah, can you educate your officers now for me?
Okay, I
since
will.
you sat here and harassed
Well,
me.
I'll just let you know that if you're going outside the gate, you're going to be trespassed, and then we'll have to figure it out from there.
Well, obviously I can't today. They shut it, sir.
Okay. Well, for future reference. Okay.
For future reference, when they open it back up,
Are
it's
there
open
any
to the
other
public.
questions? Any other questions for me?
No, can you go educate your officers now?
Yes, sir. You have a good day.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Again, you can record out here. Just don't go on the other side.
I'm well aware. I'm well aware of my rights, sir.
This whole situation is a textbook example of why it's crucial to know your rights, especially when you're just going about your day, doing nothing wrong. The guy in this situation is simply walking around taking pictures of some public vehicles. He's not trespassing, not disrupting anything, just observing and snapping shots of what he can see from public property. But then the employees start telling him he can't take pictures and need to leave. Now, if there's no sign saying no trespassing or private property, he's in the clear. It's important to remember that in the US, public spaces are just that, public. If you're in a public area where there's no restriction like a sidewalk, parking lot, or other areas open to the public, you're allowed to take pictures or videos of whatever's visible to the public eye. The key here is that there's no reasonable expectation of privacy in a public space. That means as long as you're not crossing into private property or restricted areas, you're good to go. The guy in this case isn't doing anything illegal, he's simply capturing the view from a public spot. When the officer arrives, he doesn't really seem to understand the situation fully. He tries to tell the guy that it's a private space or something, but that's not how it works when it's a public space and there's no visible sign of restriction. Also, the lawful business argument, it's not really a valid point here. As long as you're not interfering with operations or causing a disruption, you're allowed to be there. Officers in particular should know the difference between a public space and a restricted one. In the end, this just goes to show why it's so important to stand up for your rights and be aware of what you're allowed to do in public spaces. A lot of people, sometimes even police officers, might not be clear on these laws, but that doesn't mean you're in the wrong. Knowing your rights can save you a lot of headaches and stress, and it's worth being informed and confident when dealing with situations like this.
U.S. Border Patrol me area in California. This place is huge, guys. It's kind of in the middle of nowhere, but just about. This way, and you can see a bunch of businesses on the other block, but it's definitely a little street here. See how they act about photography in public and of our public officials. I also have my the memo with me, and I am by myself, so if I have any contact, I will be live streaming. Got my monopod today too, so probably won't see no ground shots. At least I stay consistent though with my ground shots. Just a joke. This place is really big. Theodore L. Newton. And guys, rack up. Good, I don't wish to speak, man. I'm just doing a little story. Said I don't wish to speak, I'm just doing a little story.
Far
cop for what?
For me.
And to explain yourself.
Yeah.
Right? You take pictures of my facility over here.
It's not your facility, sir. Who you work? Is that yours, or do you work for the public? Because it's being live streamed on internet too. I know you don't care. You walk up on me like a thug. Look at this guy.
So.
What's your name, badge number, sir? What's your name, badge number, sir? Look at these guys. Won't even identify yourself. What's your name, badge number?
I know you from somewhere. Yeah.
Do you?
Remember we had a PD a while ago, no?
Maybe.
Yeah, he was with somebody else. Yeah. Yeah. I remember.
Is that why you walked up with me
So
like that?
How can we help you?
I didn't ask you for help. You're dismissed.
You're not my commander, so how can I help you?
You're not. I don't have to answer to you.
Okay, so then why are you here?
I don't have to answer.
You're not
to
a terrorist, are you?
Are you?
Are you?
You look like a terrorist right
You
now.
look like a terrorist too.
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
I think you're just a dumbass. Look at this guy, guys. This is what our tax dollars pays for. Bunch of clowns. Instead
Well, you're not here to blow it up, right?
Instead of just leaving journalists alone.
Oh, you're a journalist.
Oh, so you're a journalist now? I thought you were doing this story for yourself. So.
Free press. Get educated, sir. Thank you.
And who do you work
You're
with?
dismissed, sir. Thank you.
No, I'm not dismissed. You don't give me orders.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, I don't have to answer you either. So,
Okay, so as long as you're not here to blow it up.
Have you killed anybody this week, sir? Or have you beat anybody up at the border? Do you have any internal? Have you any? And I don't work for the border. Have you any internal affairs investigations on you? You look like you're pretty high strung there, bro. Steroids? What is it? Juice?
It's called, let me see, bananas.
No, it's called a badge. Ever since like the 4th grade, hey, ever since like the 4th grade, when they give somebody, they create somebody a hall monitor, that don't matter. I don't. Thank you. Suck it easy.
Yeah. As long as you're not here blowing.
All right, as long as you're not here to kill anybody. There's a walk of shame, guys. You see that one jerk walk up to me like that? Just because I'm by myself? Hey.
Sir, thank you.
All right. Okay, that's all they could do is take pictures and fucking go away like with their tails tucked. Bye bye. Bye, shorty.
This whole situation really makes you question how seriously our rights are taken sometimes. So here's this guy just standing on a sidewalk filming a government facility in a public space, something that's fully protected by the First Amendment, yet the Border Patrol officers come up to him like he's done something wrong. They start asking questions like, "Are you a terrorist?" which seems more like an attempt to intimidate him rather than actually protect anything. It's frustrating because it's a waste of resources and time when they should be focusing on real threats instead of hassling people who are exercising their rights. The way the officers treated him was so dismissive and disrespectful. They didn't even want to identify themselves, which is pretty common when they don't feel like they're doing anything wrong. But the citizen kept his cool, stayed respectful, and even stood firm about his rights, saying he didn't need to answer their questions. That's the way it should be, knowing and standing by your rights even when the police don't want to make it easy. It's a reminder that no matter what, we have the right to record in public spaces and to hold government officials accountable. The officers here weren't doing their jobs by respecting those rights, they were just trying to shut the guy down for no reason. This kind of behavior from police can erode public trust, and it's important for everyone to stand up for their rights when they see it happening.
For what?
Huh?
This for what?
Video.
Yeah, I know. This for what?
The video.
I know. But it's for a project, it's for a movie, it's for a what?
A story.
Story?
Yeah.
Which is your social media or is for what platform? I don't know.
YouTube.
Show me the...
Show you? You got your phone?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can show you. How are you?
Great.
Great. Everything good?
Yeah.
You from around town?
Sorry, what?
You from around the area?
No, I'm not from here, but I live here.
Oh, okay. It's Zay TV. That's me right there. You can subscribe.
So what kind of of topics do you?
I go around America.
Please.
But relax.
No,
This is what I'm doing. This is what I'm doing. I'm explaining to you.
You record me, please. So,
But I'm allowed to do it. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Okay.
That's what I do.
No. So tell me, what kind of platform, of topic? Do
Okay,
you...
I go around exercising my First Amendment right to record in public. Granted by the Constitution of the United States.
No, I know, but if I want that you don't record me,
but
please,
no, that's not right.
So tell me the stories about what?
About the towns, the people, the good people that come up to me.
You make it, or you don't talk.
I just show the people.
That's it.
That are watching everything.
You don't make interviews, something like that.
This is basically an interview. You're interacting with me.
Because I come and talk with you.
Yeah. But that's what happens. That's what I do.
No, but you don't stop the people and say and ask some topic or about something.
If you want to make up a topic, you can. You can let the people know whatever you want.
It's how I say. It's not too comfortable. It's not too comfortable. If you put
I understand what you're saying, but we have the right.
Yeah.
Legally.
Yes, but it's not comfortable if you put a camera in front of.
But that's not the law.
Hey, guys.
But that's not the law.
What is the idea? Or what is the
to show the people what happens? They don't see it. They don't see it.
Yes, but what is the idea? So I want to know.
To exercise my rights.
No, I want to know, and I want to ask you, is for what?
To exercise my rights.
Okay.
Do you understand the Constitution, though?
The Constitution, but I have, or I want to know too, for what is your exercise? What is you going to do?
Because smack the camera, tell me to turn it off. The cops.
No. The idea is, what is your idea with this kind of information or recording?
Whatever my eyes can see, the people will see.
No.
That's my idea. Have a good one, sir. Sometimes they want to stay a little stubborn. They say that it feels uncomfortable. They feel some type of way. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes they just don't understand it. And it takes some time. It takes some time for them to understand. What's this? Hello. He says what's up. He said what's up, my perch. They got some. Oh, this is a smoke shop. Okay. A smoke shop for the people. Okay. Very interesting. And they sell lotteries. Boy. Interesting. What we got here? Two-tone. What's two-tone? Huh? I'm sorry? What's that mean? English. No English? No English, my perps. I don't know what that means. One sec. You said wait? He don't speak English, my peeps. We got a situation. Who's that? Hello? No. No touching. No touching. Who's that? Who's this? Huh?
Why are you videotaping?
I'm doing a video.
Why?
I'm working on a story.
What story? You can't be you're not allowed to videotape.
Huh?
You're not allowed to videotape the store.
That's wrong, ma'am. That's wrong.
Can you please not tape?
I'm working on a story.
Alright, there's a million other places you can videotape.
Why not this one?
No, it's a random question.
don't get him. He don't speak English, and he got somebody on the phone. I don't know what he's talking about. Who's that?
Okay. What happened? What happened? Hey, man. Yo, what up? Oh. He's a fan. He's a fan. Where's Zazen, señores? Zazen right here.
Yo. What up?
Video pause. Yo, what up? What up? The business, promote the business, man. Promotion, free promotion mío, free promotion para la gente. Él está frío y él sabe que lo que es. Y él sabe que lo que es.
Esa cámara de adelante, yo nunca la he visto.
Lumix, Panasonic mío. Oye, te quiero, oíste, ya tú sabes, chequea el video.
It's legal. We're good.
Voy para allá, voy para otro recinto. Yeah.
I'm at the look at your shit right now. You know that we.
Oh, he on it. Yo, you already know. I'm about to... Yo, I love you, bro, I love you. Oye, ya tú sabes, man, suave, ¿viste?
This Danbury situation is a good example of how a camera can bring out emotions before logic ever shows up. The guy filming wasn't yelling, blocking anyone, or touching anything. He was just holding a camera in public and explaining over and over that he was working on a project. That alone shouldn't turn into an argument. But you can see how fast people jump to, "This feels uncomfortable," and then try to turn that feeling into a rule that doesn't actually exist. A lot of the pushback here comes from confusion. People keep asking, for what? As if the reason decides whether filming is allowed. It doesn't. In public, you don't need a reason that makes sense to everyone else. That's the whole point of having rights in the first place. If permission or comfort were the standard, then whoever feels the most uneasy would control what everyone else can do. What I liked about this clip is that it also shows the other side. Not everyone reacted badly. Some people asked questions, listened, and moved on, and at the end, recognition changed the whole vibe. Once someone understood what was going on and realized this wasn't some threat, everything cooled down instantly. That tells you the real issue isn't the camera, it's a lack of understanding. There's also a lesson for the person filming. Staying calm and explaining things clearly helped avoid things getting worse. Even when people were wrong, he didn't escalate it into something physical or chaotic. That matters in the real world. In the end, this situation proves that rights don't work automatically. They only work when people know them and when others are willing to learn. That final moment of mutual respect is what these encounters should look like from the start, not the exception at the end.
Can I help you?
Hey, I need to report a crime. I'd like to speak to an officer, please.
What can I help you with?
Oh, I need to report a crime. I'd like to speak to an officer to report that crime, please.
No, you're speaking to one, sir.
I'd rather speak to somebody a pay grade above you, please.
Wait, so you're requesting a sergeant at this time?
Yeah, that'd be great.
And what's the reasoning for a sergeant?
To report this crime.
Okay, what crime are you wanting to report?
I'll let the sergeant know when he comes out, Baker. Appreciate it.
Any right, sir, so I can't keep dragging him up here, right?
Keep dragging him up here? I haven't... What do you mean, keep dragging him up
I'm
here?
just asking you already, because we have a lot of other important crimes going on.
Part of his job is to... Your job, right, is to the police to take reports of crimes?
I'm trying to offer you a report, so what can I help you with?
I'll let him know or her know when she comes up. Appreciate it. Well, you were out here on Friday as well, weren't you, Anderson?
Yes.
So I'd want to be filing that charge on you as well. So it's 215922. You and Jones interfered with my public business. It's a violation of state statute, and I'd like to report that as a crime. And I tried to report it to Baker. He gave me a dang complaint form, and I told him I wanted to file a charge because of a violation of a statute.
And that office can facilitate that.
With a complaint form? I want to file a charge.
Those are officers over there, and they can file the report.
Over where?
Over at the PSU building, over at 6th and Monroe. It's going to be the
What the
city
heck is that?
administrative building.
What do you mean? I want to file it right here. What are you talking about? It's a police station. There was a crime that was...
Okay, and
that
what
was
is the alleged crime?
21-59-22. Interference with public business in a public building.
Yeah.
You and
And you were
Jones
told-
both detained me, and it was determined that you shouldn't have because I did have public
And you
business
were
here.
asked,
You,
do you have...
you
Okay, are you going to
stopped me.
argue with me, or are you going to let me
Are you going to
explain?
take this charge?
No.
You guys interfered with my business inside
Yeah,
of here
because
when you
weren't
should not have.
reporting- You weren't reporting
I don't have to
police
report
business,
anything to
and
you.
it actually says right here, no loitering.
Yeah, you know what?
Police business
If that was
only.
if that was a piece of paper, you could
And
take
you
that
weren't-
and shove it up your ass. That means
Okay.
nothing.
And you weren't
You
reporting
guys,
business.
I don't have to report anything
You
to
weren't
you.
reporting,
I don't have
police
what
reporting police conduct, as stated here, police business only. You weren't doing
So why was I determined to be able to stay in here there, Anderson?
It's a great question.
Yeah, and so he determined that
So-
I had business in here.
so
My
what
business
what
had not
police-
changed.
What
So
police business
21
would you like to report today?
I'm reporting a crime. You and Sergeant Jones both did 21-59-22, and it's aggravated because you have a firearm on you, and you also have a taser on you as well. So aggravated 21-59-22, you both stopped me from doing my public business in this public
And you were asked
building.
what police you were doing.
Does
then.
not matter if you
didn't
asked me or
report
not.
a single police
yeah,
business,
and then your
and then you were saying
supervisor,
you were now
then
loitering.
your supervisor came out here and said, "Hey, go do your business." He said, "Do your
Again,
business."
if
So
you would
I
like
was
to
detained.
file a complaint,
no, I want
you
to file
may
a charge.
contact,
I want to file a charge.
PSU.
I want to
Okay.
file a charge. Can I speak to your lieutenant, please? I'd like to speak to your lieutenant, please. I'd like to speak to your lieutenant, please.
Can I talk to you outside, and that way I don't be around? Hi.
Hey, can you identify yourself, please? What is it? Assistant Chief? All right. So I'd like to report a crime, and I've tried to report it to. Well, first I asked Baker.
Come over here, sir.
I asked Baker there if I could speak to a sergeant to report this crime that happened, and he didn't want to do that, but then eventually went and got a sergeant, and then they came out and the sergeant said, "Hey, I'm busy. Can you give it to Baker?" That's fine. So I gave it to Baker, laid it out. I'll lay it out to you in a second what the crime is. And he offers me a complaint form. And I said, no, this is a charge. This is a charge. And so he goes and gets a different sergeant, Anderson. And Anderson is one of the officers that I'd like to file this charge. Well, and so he comes out here and I tell him I'd like to file this charge. And he says, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen.
What happened?
Okay, so this is the crime. So Friday, I was in here, and I was confronted by Sergeant Jones, and his badge number is like 180 or 182. I think it's 182. Jones and Anderson. Anderson is a sergeant that was just here. And they both tried to tell me that I didn't have any business here, and since I didn't have any business here, that I had to leave. And if I didn't leave, then I wasn't
And
following.
what was your business here at that
It
time?
didn't. It doesn't matter. And
Well, it does matter.
Does it really? Does it really?
Yeah.
Well, I'll get to
Let's
it.
slow down.
Chief, or Assistant Chief, I'll get to it in here in a second. You're going to find out what exactly happened here. I'm going to explain it all to you. And I was in a bit of a flow there, and I was telling you exactly what happened. You stopped me you jumped ahead there. So
I'm
anyways,
trying to
so
clarify.
yeah, and we'll get to that. So anyways, so they say you're not following a lawful order, and so now you're detained. And Jones told Anderson if he could go get his citation book. So he brings the citation book out there, and Lieutenant Ekus comes out. You know Lieutenant Ekus? And so Lieutenant Ekus, while Jones is filling out the citation, makes a determination that I am conducting business here, and stops the citation and says to me, "Free to do your business." And so that's what I'm saying. So it was determined, regardless of what the business was, that I was doing. Ekus determined it and stopped the detainment and stopped the citation. So I was doing business here, and it was determined by Ekus. Not that it matters. I didn't need Ekus or you or anybody to determine that I'm doing what I'm doing here.
That's not true.
Oh, really? Well, maybe you could explain to me. So you guys have so is police business only in here?
Yes, as the signs indicate, yes.
Okay. And so somebody could come in here and do banking at the credit union right there? And is that police business?
It's a police credit union.
But is that police business doing banking at a credit union inside
It
the
would
police?
be an ingress and egress for the credit union.
Okay, so but it's not police business. And so those people visiting the bank.
You can't use the restroom.
Exactly. That's
You can't just
business.
stand
That's
around there with your
business.
sign
Why not?
and loiter around here
Really?
without having any police business.
Really? Okay.
Because it's
Okay.
and you can wind up in jail.
So you're sure you understand what kind of forum this is, right? So
Brother, I
for
have
me
been
to
doing
stand,
this
yeah, but
for
you
30
so
We're not going to do this. Hey,
exercising our rights
we're
in
not
here.
going to do this
Well, you
back
really
and forth.
escalated there. So, anyways, I'd like to get to the
We're not
crime.
doing
I'd like to get to the
I'm
crime.
shutting this down. That's
So
what I'm
the
doing.
crime is 2159 is.
I read it.
What is it?
It doesn't apply.
What is this? What is the statute?
Interference with public officials in their official capacity.
That's not what it is. I got it right here. It's not et cetera, et cetera.
you wrote it
It's
down.
not. Yeah, of course I did. Of course I did, because you're trying to say it's public officials. No. It's anybody doing public business. 22 is interference with the conduct of public business in public buildings, and it falls under number 1. Conduct at or in any public building owned, operated, or controlled by the state or any of its political subdivisions so as to knowingly deny to any public official, public employee, or any invitee on such premises the lawful rights of such official, employee, or invitee to enter, to use
Which
the
one
facilities.
is you?
Oh, the invitee. I'm
No,
public.
no
That's
one's invited here.
This is public. The hell,
You weren't invited.
the public is invited to public buildings. This is a designated public forum. The public is always invited into here.
Okay,
and
I'm
so,
gonna give you your options.
and so 2159, 20 came out here. Yeah,
You ready?
yeah. Let's hear it,
Here we
Club.
go. Here's your options. If you want to file a complaint.
No,
you can-
charge. It's a crime.
Yeah, you're doing what you.
It's a
do.
crime.
Okay.
I don't want to file a complaint. Yeah.
I'm giving you your options. 1, file a complaint. The way the officers have conducted themselves, file a complaint. Okay? Number 2, if you want to pursue this charge, that doesn't apply, but if you want to pursue, okay, we don't investigate criminal charges against our own people.
Really?
Because we get accused of bias.
Okay.
Therefore, you need to seek out another law enforcement agency.
You don't have an IA?
File that with.
You don't have an IA?
We do. but
Okay.
We don't
Yeah.
investigate
Maybe I'll talk to
criminal
one of those.
charges.
Maybe I'll talk to one of them.
Internal affairs?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Where do they investigate then? No criminal charges?
Violations of policy.
Violation of policy?
Yeah.
Okay. What other options do I have there?
You can find another law to approach and see if they would like to take your report.
And the reason for that would be what?
To remove any kind of bias in the investigation.
Like all the bias that I've ran in here, just trying to get this charge reported to you guys? Is that what you're talking about?
You're just getting the truth.
The truth? Okay. Yeah, you didn't even know what charge it was. You're like,
No,
oh, it was
I
public. It was
read it
public
through.
officials.
You don't, none of that applies to you.
So explain to me how I'm not an invitee there, Clump.
You're not.
How so?
No one's
What,
invited.
what would be an invitee in a public place then, Clump?
Okay, do you have the invitation?
What, yeah, public citizen. This is a designated public forum. You are open for business. When you open the door, you are inviting the public to come in here, like it or not. So
Do you have police business to be done here?
215922 is a crime.
Do you have police business to be done here?
2159.
Do you have this to be done here?
Don't step towards me again like that, Clump. What are you doing that for? What are
Do
you doing
have
that for?
police business to be done here? Do you have police business or not? I'm just asking you. If you don't, then you're in violation.
And what's going to happen?
Well, you could be cited or taken to jail.
For what?
Disobeying a lawful order.
Trespassing and disobeying a lawful order. And what would that lawful order be there, Clump?
I'm giving you a lawful order to leave.
A lawful order?
Unless-
I have to leave?
Yes, unless you have reason to be here. Okay? So I'm going to give you 5 seconds to decide. Are you going to stay here in violation of the lawful order?
Am I being detained?
You will be if
Am I being detained right now?
you have 5 seconds.
Am I being detained?
Yes, now you are.
For what?
Violation of a police order.
What was
I
the
told
order?
you.
What was the order?
Leave.
For what?
unless you have
For what
police
reason?
business.
For what reason?
All right, turn on.
This whole situation feels like a mess that didn't need to get that far. The guy came in wanting to report what he believed was a crime. That's a normal thing for someone to do in a police station. You shouldn't need a special reason or the right rank of officer just to say what happened to you. Even if the officers thought his claim had no legal legs, the calmer move would have been to explain the process clearly and let him speak without turning it into a power struggle. At the same time, the way he handled it didn't help. He came in heated, demanding charges, quoting laws, insulting officers, and refusing to accept that departments usually don't take criminal reports against their own officers directly. That's not some secret trick. Most places send you to internal affairs or another agency to avoid bias. You don't have to like it, but it's how the system works. Where things really crossed a line was how fast it turned into threats of arrest just for standing there and arguing. A police station lobby is generally open to the public for public business. Reporting a crime or filing a complaint is public business. Turning that into leave or you're going to jail looks less like law enforcement and more like ego taking over. Rights go both ways. People have the right to question police actions and to try to file reports. Officers have the right to keep order in their building, but order doesn't mean shutting someone down just because they're annoying or stubborn. This could have ended with, here's how you file this properly, here's the address, here's the form, and everyone goes home. Instead, it turned into threats, shouting, and someone getting detained over an argument. That doesn't build trust. It just makes people feel like the station is a place you're scared to walk into, not a place that's supposed to help you.
Officer? Sir, how you doing today? Is this a public building? It's not privatized at all?
No.
Okay, because I'm not from like this area. So if this is a public building here, there should be no problem with that, right?
Yeah.
Okay, just wanted to make sure because the auditing department told us that we weren't allowed to film in this building.
Wrong rules, I'm not sure.
Right. What's your name?
Cody.
Cody. All right, appreciate it, Mr.
You stop that film. You have to stop filming.
I mean, if he comes down here and he gives me, we're going to make sure, though, I'm going to double check and make sure the information he's telling me is right.
Well, I mean, I can understand you guys filming, but, you know, some things escalate.
Right, but
it's causing a whole stir up in the.
Here's the thing, though. That's a request, right? So if I came up to you.
Yeah, I understand. My sergeant, I have to take his orders. You know, that's my boss.
Right, but policy doesn't trump law. So if he's talking about, we can go from there. Because right now you're just telling me that my rights don't matter.
No, I'm not saying that, but I mean, I'm what boss?
Yeah, if you can get him down here, that'd be great. We'll talk to him. All right. Yeah, we have to stop filming today, and they're calling your sergeant. Our rights don't matter here.
Who said they did?
Yeah, we're not allowed to film here in the sergeant.
But you do know this is a city hall, right?
So you got to talk to my sergeant. You'll ask me.
No problem. Yeah, he's coming up.
Are you the sergeant? No, it's not.
Oh, okay. He's coming up.
So I guess the lady behind there was saying that we were public, but they escorted somebody out by force the other day because they were filming.
Oh, really? That's not. Okay, we'll gladly wait for your sergeant.
I hope he's right about the information.
And we have the First Amendment right that protects us against oppression. So filming is a constitutionally protected activity. Ay, ay, ay.
Yeah. Like the inner perimeter security management, but Boston PD told us, Officer Cody told us to film here, and I actually said to him on film, they said we weren't allowed to film. He goes, they can have their own policies, but that doesn't. Cop was aware that policy does not trump law.
That's right.
So at least the job.
Public building. Could you please tell us your name? Just for the record?
Privately contracted or paid by the government?
Paid by the government.
Okay, so you be part of your job.
Let me have my sergeant come up here. I don't want to say anything further. Just speak to myself.
Hi, can I help you?
How's it going, sir?
How you doing, sir?
Yeah, so we just came in.
You need people's permission to film them.
Well,
you do not have my permission.
We already spoke.
No,
first of all,
we
spoke to the.
That's not how it works. You're private. You're a private officer.
I'm not a private officer, sir.
Okay, well, you should be well aware about our First Amendment rights.
I understand the First Amendment rights, sir, but
so we're in public right now.
Okay. Yep. Go ahead. Enjoy yourselves. You walk into somebody's private office, that is trespassing.
Well, is it good? Are they clearly no
Everybody's
trespassing?
office. You can have the public areas, but if you can't walk into an office.
Okay, so why are you lying to us then? Lower your voice, please. You're being disorderly.
No, you're being disruptive.
No,
I'm not lying to you. I'm just telling you.
So my question is this.
You want to be in public?
But we can't go into their private offices where their desks and computers are. But we can go into the public areas if it's...
As far as I know, yes.
Because
people are calling down and complaining that they're being filmed up here.
Okay, so...
Without their permission.
Have you ever heard of freedom of the press?
You the press?
Yeah, you are too, man. As soon as you start speaking and using
the press, sir. I've been doing this longer than you've been alive.
No, well, apparently not, because you came over here and gave us wrong.
This situation seems to show a misunderstanding that often happens when government employees encounter someone recording in a public building. From what was shown, the auditor was inside Boston City Hall, a government building that is generally open to the public. In many cases, courts have recognized that people have First Amendment protections when recording in publicly accessible areas of government buildings, especially when they are documenting the actions of public officials performing public duties. What stands out is how quickly some employees jumped from being uncomfortable with a camera to claiming that filming was not allowed. Being uncomfortable is understandable. But personal discomfort does not automatically create a legal restriction. If a government agency wants to limit recording in certain areas, those restrictions generally need to be lawful, clearly defined, and applied consistently. At the same time, the auditor's approach was not always helpful. Statements like, "You work for us," and challenging employees in a confrontational way may be legally protected speech, but they can make conversations more tense than they need to be. Exercising constitutional rights does not require being rude, even when someone disagrees with you. The police officer's response was probably the most reasonable part of the encounter. Rather than immediately demanding that the auditor leave, he acknowledged that the building was public and appeared willing to verify the rules before taking any action. That kind of measured response helps build trust and prevents unnecessary escalation. Overall, this seems less like a case of intentional rights violations and more like a lack of understanding about public recording. Government employees should know the rules governing public access and filming, while citizens should exercise their rights respectfully. When both sides stay calm and informed, situations like this are far less likely to turn into unnecessary conflicts.
Stand right there. Stay there.
For what reason?
You will not obstruct this investigation.
How am I obstructing? You're on my property, and at this point, you're trespassing, and I'm asking you to leave. So, what's going on?
You tell us.
I don't know. You guys just pulled in like the gangland. I'm trying to figure that out. They've been here twice. You need to pat me down, Terry, stop or something? You can pat me down, ma'am, for your own safety. I understand this is a free country. You're on my property right here. So don't. Well, we got called. You want to pat me down for your safety? Do you feel unsafe, officer? Because she apparently does. You got your hand on your gun. Get your hand off your gun. Get your hand off your gun. Why is your hand on your gun? Well, it looks like it to me. You over here like John Wayne. You guys coming to my house. I don't know what's going on here. You come over and tell me get my hand out my pocket.
Did anything physical happen with her today? Was she hit? Was she abused?
Earlier today, you already know there was a.
I was not here. I just
Earlier today, she attacked my wife in front of like 4 other people, and my wife defended herself. She never hit her back. That woman pulled my wife's hair and kicked her in the house.
Okay, we need to speak.
Okay, but that incident was earlier. That has nothing to do with what's going on here. Okay? I can get my wife, ma'am.
Go, stand right there. Stay there.
For what reason?
You will not obstruct this investigation.
How am I obstructing? You're on my property, and at this point, you're trespassing, and I'm asking you to leave. Ma'am, you can leave my property anytime. At this point, you're trespassing. We don't require your services here.
No, we're not.
Yeah, actually, you are.
No, we're not.
Okay, then what is the need to go to my house and knock on my door?
You need to stay right here.
Okay. And what law is that? Are you detaining me for something?
I will if you walk up over there.
For what crime?
We're investigating.
Okay, and that's
Okay.
your job to investigate.
Okay, then.
Okay, so
Leave
you can,
it at that.
ma'am, there's nobody home. You can go away now. I'm here if you'd like to talk to me. You're knocking on my door?
You just lied and said she was in.
No, it doesn't matter. There's no, do you have a warrant or do you have a reason for her to open that door? Because she's not going to. Yeah, do not open the door. I'm recording from a safe distance of 20 feet.
Like I said, if you walk up
You
there,
guys are obstructing my rights right now.
Okay, walk up there and
Are you threatening me now for some reason?
Like I said, you will be
Is the
obstructing.
camera obstructing
That's fine.
you?
You can record. I'm recording.
This is my First Amendment right.
That's fine.
And right now you're violating my Fourth Amendment right. Don't answer their questions, babe. For what reason?
Obstruction.
Obstruction. That's my First Amendment right. All right. I want everybody's card because I'm not obstructing on my own
487 dispatch, 10951, white male.
My wife doesn't have insurance.
195, 28 hours.
For no reason. Hey, babe, get my phone.
I'll get it.
Man, this situation feels all too familiar. It starts with the cops pulling up like it's a raid, all tense and hands on their guns, like they're expecting a shootout instead of just talking to regular folks. The guy's on his own property, trying to stay calm, and they're barking orders like he's a threat just for having his hand in his pocket. That's not policing. That's power tripping. And when he tries to explain what happened earlier between his wife and the neighbor, the officer doesn't even care about the facts. They're just itching to take control. It's wild that the husband gets arrested simply for telling his wife not to answer questions. That's not obstruction, that's knowing your rights. You don't have to talk to the police, and telling someone else to stay quiet isn't a crime. It's smart, but instead of de-escalating, they go straight to "you're trespassing on your own land" type nonsense. That's not how trust is built. That's how it gets broken. The officer didn't come to solve anything, they came to dominate. And this is exactly why people are more scared of cops than comforted by them. It's not about the law anymore, it's about control. If you don't bow down instantly, suddenly you're the problems. We gotta keep cameras rolling, stay calm, and know our rights. Because if we don't stand up to this stuff, they'll just keep crossing the line like it doesn't exist.